Hey everyone, welcome back to another Roman Reacts. We're here today to watch ourselves a little bit of an interesting video for you. So this video is going to be a little bit off topic compared to my normal routines. And this one's called Strangers Rank Their Intelligence, IQ versus First Impressions. So yeah, we're going to be giving this a little watch. There's like 6 individuals, different backgrounds and whatnot. And basically they're going to be watching this, kind of like get the feedback of how people react to first impressions of a person, to what the actual IQ of a person is, and just really like delve in and just really like learn a few things here. So without further ado, let's just give this video a watch and see what it's all about. Okay. All right, we got that settled. It's all good. So yeah, so the 6 individuals here, and yeah, let's just give this a watch.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into another episode of Ranking. Before we get into our show, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Grammarly. As CEO of Jubilee Media, I have to do a lot of writing, and Grammarly is an amazing digital writing assistant. The Grammarly browser extension is super simple to download. Just go to Grammarly.com and click Install Now. That's it. The free version of Grammarly has basic grammar and spelling suggestions, but upgrading to premium is totally worth it, and here's why. Grammarly helps make vocabulary suggestions to make your writing more exciting and effective. It also makes clarity suggestions so you can make your writing more concise. Finally, Grammarly helps you with the tone of your writing and provides a little feedback on whether or not your writing sounds professional. Go to Grammarly.com/Jubilee to sign up for a free account and get 20% off Grammarly Premium today. Again, that's Grammarly.com/Jubilee. Now enjoy the episode.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, we'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale. Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler, I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee, I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University and I have a bachelor's degree.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company, and I also work for a digital ad agency. I got a double major in dance and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to Loyola Marymount University.
Hi everybody, I'm Ray. I'm 24. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Harvard recently, and I work in consulting.
Oh, y'all are babies.
I know, that's what I was saying, is age a factor?
Yeah, it gives you like years of experience.
Yeah, well, I guess
We need maybe it's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem-solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing would probably be common sense.
Yeah, so for me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
people consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk. Sean, I didn't want to judge him based on the way he looks or dresses or acts, so I was like, I think he's intelligent.
First impressions, I would put him at the bottom only because when I was in school, all the other people with like the bright neon colors and stuff, they were typically the ones doing worse in classes. If we were ranking confidence, I'd definitely put Sean at very first place.
So what is the definition that we're going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. It combines everything.
Does anyone have any like initial
You can be honest.
Start on that side. I'm done going first.
I feel like I have a good combination of both, like book smart and street smart. So yeah, I think I have some input on that. There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors don't really capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
Besides my education and background, I feel like I have high emotional intelligence, I'm aware of my surroundings.
As a software developer, my problem solving skills are obviously top notch, I think I would say. My whole life I've kind of had to fight to be seen as intelligent. I think I'm so used to having to do that as a woman, to just step up and be like, I deserve to be here. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, "Hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with." And I'm like, what?
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a seabird defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question.
Especially when you consider it, the Marine Corps, despite his education with only high school, in the Marine Corps, they basically pounded into you to try to adapt, survive, thrive in many different combat situations, and your mentally fortitude to really dive in on what's important in the heat of the moment.
I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB before you go into the military. That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information. And I got a 94 on that. It's not an amount of how much you study, how much you know. You're not going to really get better at learning. Does that make sense?
I strongly disagree with you don't get better at learning. The idea that you can get better at learning is a pretty big signifier of intelligence. I'm very much dyslexic. I have ADHD, and I'm on the autism spectrum. Dyslexia means that there's a big gap in comprehension. So I was scoring 99th percentile in certain areas and 3rd percentile in others. I'll never be able to learn another language. I took Spanish for 12 years, and I can still basically only order a burrito.
So I have a question. Why did you go to Yale, and why did you go to Harvard?
My parents are immigrants from China, and I'm a first-generation immigrant as well, and college student as well. My family always really stressed the importance of formal education. For me, that was something that I really strived for.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
I gotta go 1.
No.
Oh yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't place a lot of value on the military.
That's why she.
No, that.
I feel like that she might be in the wrong on that, but.
Yeah, full stop.
I'd probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
I'm the villain this episode.
Does anyone think they're at either end of the spectrum?
I'd say I'm 1, if nothing else, because I know what I'm about and I'm sure of that.
Wait, you guys have to rank everyone too. That is so unfair. No.
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's hard for me to look past the education part. Going to college, I think you learn a lot, if nothing else emotionally, but I still think you're smart.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, immigrant parents, first generation going to college, humble, modest. 2, me, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits, stuff like that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally because the way he carries himself. He was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking in other people's point of views and compiling results, but really just came down to his body language, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, the way he acted towards the group.
I would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 6. So the reason why I put you at number 1 is I think you have the highest, not only EQ score out of everybody, but the way you present yourself, as well as being a PhD student, I think is just like a huge thing. And I put myself 6 because I feel like I might be the weakest in terms of actual IQ score. Hopefully I can make it up in everything else. So I did put myself as least intelligent. However, if it can't be me, I definitely think Tyler, unfortunately, his way of thinking is linear. And I think intelligence is almost like a sphere. It's a picture. And right now he's only coloring with one color than, with the rainbow.
My only concern is that like you have a broader spectrum of intelligence where you're trying to spread out amongst all these different things, yet for Tyler, he's focused solely on a singular task. It feels like that linear that he's mentioning, the linear line for intelligence is that with Tyler in the military, that focus, the drive, he goes in. Having, sure, PhDs and degrees, that sort of thing, that'd be nice and important, but in the military, does any of that paperwork matter to a grunt on the ground?
Who got the most number 1s? Thank you. Down.
Who got the most?
Sean A was
like
pretty
you.
up there too.
I feel like you were definitely 3, right?
Yeah, I'm in between Harvard and Yale.
5.
I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower. At first glance and first interaction with me, it's hard to tell how intelligent I am. It's hard to tell how intelligent anybody is.
Is anyone upset with where they're standing?
I think it makes sense that I'm down here. Like the guy who graduated from high school and then joined the military, he probably wouldn't be like high up on there. If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
I do feel like there might be a prejudice acting in terms of ranking you
Okay, I was thinking that too.
highly. But I agree with the ranking. I think you probably are the most intelligent out of all of us. I would feel weird placing you there and not acknowledging the dynamics in which we did so.
That's what they decide. Take an IQ test.
Hearing that I had to take an IQ test was definitely hard to hear. Quantifying things for me in that realm is really hard because it gives you something really solid. Even if you don't buy into IQ tests, it still gives you a number at the end of the day, which is something you have to grapple with.
I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're going to look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, an IQ test. It's not that far out the realm of possibility.
So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee. Number 3 will be Tyler. And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
Oh, I see. Okay. So number 6, Maria, all of her confidence, you can see that she had in being up there. You can see her in her face, just like she is unhappy with being like placed last, and yeah, just that's surprising. So interesting.
I think an IQ test tests something. I don't think it's intelligence. It's definitely testing something. IQ tests are now known to be flawed and based on incorrect sample sizes. I have really severe dyslexia. There's 2 questions on that test that I basically can't answer.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better. IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence. It's really on a spectrum what constitutes somebody as intelligent.
Before this, all I knew about IQ tests is that they existed, and the I stands for intelligence. I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Coming back to intelligence, it's not just your IQ, it's your EQ, it's your common sense, it's street smarts. Sure, it is some type of metric, similar to an SAT and ACT score is a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
I'm actually excited I wasn't last because I thought I was going to be last, not going to lie. I think an IQ test is a good indicator to see how people handle pressure pressure. But I think that's easier to make sense in our heads that, oh, you're smart and you're not smart.
Definitely don't think it's the best metric. I've been exposed to tests like these probably more than most people here. That already gives me an unfair advantage.
This is my villain redemption arc and climbing up the ladder.
All right. Wow. So so that explains a whole lot of interesting stuff. Sorry, the light is coming in. But that's rather interesting when you think about it. So based on the oh my gosh, my face. I wish I had a thing covering around. But yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll just lean in. So anyway, with the intelligence ranking, it just let me adjust my camera. That makes it worse. That makes it worse. Okay, this is a bit better. Anyway, so with the intelligence thing, it's rather fascinating to be able to get like an understanding of how like people's perspective, immediate people were like. I've noticed that throughout the whole thing, Raymond, he was the Asian guy. He's basically they automatically first impressions. Oh, he's from Asia. He's super intelligent. He's everything else. But then when it goes to Sean, who potentially is of Asian descent, is also they rank him like he had his like a little low self-confidence in throughout that exchange. And he was, and like that's why he kept ranking himself there, but like, and then the Sarah, she like that instantaneous like wanting to say this and this, and but Maria's perceptions, she is fully like she automatically like it's so funny how she was in second place, thinking all being the top of the line in her point of view, but after doing the full on tests and whatnot, the Maria is now dead last in there, and Tyler was able to advance up, and it's like much more higher in degree. So it's just really, this is just so interesting to me how it just like both Maria and Sadie, they have that's the kind of stuff that you. Like they're very defensive. They're kind of like there's an ignorance there, and overconfidence as well. And like you see them brought a little lower in the intelligence side, and then with Tyler, Maria, Kayla, they were a bit more higher up, and it just really. It's that kind of behavior that you'll see in people always having those assumptions and just like automatically like, yeah, this person's smart, no, that person's dumb, but it's like, no, it's more to that. It's a lot more to it, and it's quite people's egos sometimes get ahead of themselves, and they automatically go full on like they're full of themselves to the point where they fail on their own IQ tests and whatnot. They just go full confidence thinking they got this and whatnot, but then obviously there's nothing. The results speak for themselves. And just it's kind of like redeeming almost for Tyler, just being able to like people already assumed military is like people think that he's not smart enough, but to have him bump up to third and just really like prove them wrong in a way. So yeah, it's rare. It's really rare to see how people can like overcome and prove that they do have the means to have higher intelligence, whatnot. But just it's also really the perspective spots, I guess you can say. The perspective. I can't speak. I can't. So a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different intelligence, that's for certain. But everyone's different, and everyone has a different way of viewing things. It just depends on like their world experience, but also like for like especially with it, world experience bit as well. Tyler goes to the military. He after high school, and like he's going through all this different stuff. He's experienced the real world and whatnot. Whereas a lot of these other students going into schooling, they're not exposed to more things. They're not exposed to like say work life, going to having a job at like a fast food restaurant, going into the 9 to 5s, going in and experiencing the hardships of and and like just trying to maintain a work order by and not losing yourself. You have to like mentally fortitude yourself on those high demand jobs. And then like over time, once you move on from fast food, you're mentally prepared to go into other fields, other works that is basically preparing yourself for other things. And for Tyler, his perspective, with him being in the military, that whole thing, just like I said, he experienced the world stuff. He went through a lot of hardship, but he went through all that stuff, and it just shows that like his intelligence has now been sharpened and is more and can be higher up there. And sure, with Raymond, he was placed at number one because he probably studied for most of his life, and he probably studied many different fields, many different areas because that was probably instilled in him. And then yeah, it's just really the stereotypes can be really telling when people like see it really like so the Asian guy, calm and collected, and the smartest in the room, and that's the stereotype that people always see. And in reality, it's still the same thing, but just yeah, it's just really something else. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little reaction for that. But that's really something else. I really like this. It was really showing and I really like got that unique perspective for a lot of different people, and just how people tend to like first assumptions, first impressions, and they automatically assume something else. But when you get to know them, when you get to learn them, and they like study things that are much more different than what you expected, and having real world experiences versus experiences over in college and whatnot, it shows a whole new dynamic. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a great time. I'll leave a link in the description down below for the original video. You can check out the channel. You can check out a random video of mine, including the subscribe button. So I hope you liked what I had to say. I hope you enjoyed my little viewpoints on this. And yeah, just hopefully you learned something from this as well. So be sure to leave so be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share your thoughts down on the video down below on what you thought. And be sure to hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. So as always, to all my fellow Romans, salute.
If you like Romans content and wish to see more, like and subscribe to continue to support the channel.